Right, Jason, I'd say it's Raiders colors here, but man, you wear that every week.
Yeah, I love wearing black gear all the time. I guess between my helmet, the only thing is Alpine Star does not like me wearing the black boots, so always white. But yeah, the gear, it's either black most of the time, so I guess Raiders or I guess Johnny Cash style.
There you go. Man, talk about the season so far. You, not too high, not too low.
Yeah, it's just been pretty average. It's been good. I feel like I've been racing good, and I think it'd be nice to make a little bit of a push, but it's a long season, like they say, but at the same time, I'm not panicking or anything, and I don't really have any expectations. We'll just see how it goes.
Kind of reminds me of a couple years ago, though. Is there an average finish you're looking for, or just trying to be in the mix all the time?
I just want to be in the top 5 all the time, you know, and I love being on the podium, and if a win presents itself, you know, I'm very happy to take it. I think like even last weekend in one of those mains I was leading it, so I feel like I could have, you know, done some damage there, but I feel like I'm putting myself in good positions, you know, week in and week out, and that's all I can do.
Yeah, what's it like when you're out front, you see that red flag, are you just like, what the heck?
Yeah, you are, but for me, I always feel like my mentality, I always try and just keep it level, and I just put my head back in the game as far as the start, you know? I'm a little bummed, but at the same time, I don't want to see anyone get hurt, and I don't really care if it affects my race as long as the person's okay, you know? For me, I regrouped pretty well, and I still was able to get second in that last main, so it worked out okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I was looking at your face on the line after you went back up there, and not really mad, not really happy, but
yeah, just whatever. Yeah, I try and keep it as a even keel as possible.
Is that almost your attitude all the time?
Yeah, I mean, there's times where I get fired up, but lately it hasn't really been about my riding or racing or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, just dumb stuff.
What do you think for this weekend?
I like Oakland. I've always seemed to do pretty decent here, so I'm looking forward to see how it plays out. You know, I've had some good races here. I've won both the lights class and the 450 class here, so it'd be nice to maybe get, you know, a win or, you know, be on the podium and battling up there and just be in the battle. That's my main goal.
Well, Dean, you didn't make it easy for yourself coming into this season.
No, definitely not. It's been a tough go. But that's just the circumstances I've dealt with. So very lucky to be part of the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna factory racing team. They've just been so awesome with me coming back, and you know, just let me come back into my own. This has been a really bad injury from Monster Cup, and it sucks to come into the season like how I did, but it's what it is. Just keep getting better and improving and getting healthier.
Was that one of those injuries that make you kind of question if you want to keep doing this or not?
For sure. That was definitely one that, I mean, I said myself, like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And then, like, 3 days later, once the pain went away, and I was like, come on. So, yeah, that was a tough one. That was just the worst pain of my entire life. Dislocated and broke my hip in 3 spots. So, you know, I did all I could to come back, and the goal was to make A1, and I got 2 weeks before A1, and then so just trying to catch up is so hard with a class this stacked. There's so many good guys, you know, but I'm doing my best, and that's all I can do, and I still believe that I'll be up there.
You've been around for a while, so compare this class of riders to previous years.
Well, I've raced a few years where it's been this stacked, you know, and you know, it's just, it does eventually start thinning out a little bit. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the sport. But it's stacked. Everyone, you know, there's, I think Jason said there's 14 or 15 champions in the 450 class, you know, from lights class or whatever it may be. So that's a pretty gnarly statistic, you know, and but I don't even really think about who I'm racing against, because there's so many good guys that you can't just focus on one guy, you know. It's just really focusing on myself, my health, and just getting back to where I need to be.
I know on TV they tend to focus on the leaders, but man, behind the leaders, it's like a beehive back there, you guys battling.
It really is. It's hectic. The Triple Crown last week, like, I got bad starts every one, and like, I was so frustrating to be back there, because it's just, you're going 3 wide off the triples, and it's sketchy and dangerous. So there's, yeah, behind the leaders, there's a pack of hungry wolves for sure. And yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not where I want to be, but I believe I can be up there, and I will be up there. Just need to, get back on my feet and get strong again.
We've seen some more flashes lately, though.
It's coming. It's coming. You know, a few qualifiers. Qualified 4th at A2. You know, I had a decent heat race and little bits and pieces, but you know, it's unfortunately it just takes time. And you know, I'm just trying to be patient. As frustrating as it can be, you know, like it sucks because when I got hurt, I was riding the best I have been, you know, and but that's all in the past. We're in the now, and I'm just focused on my starts, get a good start, and ride the best I can. That's all I can do.
I was gonna say, what's the goal for the weekend?
Well, the goal is definitely to be up there on the start, and I mean, I would be lying if I said at least be in the top 10. You know, that's where I need to be right now, and that's where I can be for sure. Like, but I just not put myself in those positions. I need to get the start and run up there. I think at Vegas, that crash I had kind of knocked the confidence out of me a little bit. So off the start in the first couple laps, I'm a little bit gun shy, you know, and that's just me being honest. But that's going to come back. I'll get my aggression back, and you know, I'm just trying to be smart right now. You know, I'm pretty much made a 4 or 5 month injury into a 2.5 month injury, you know, so just being smart, and I think I'm doing a good job, and I just want to get my team, you know, up there because they deserve it, and I think I do too.
That was an odd weekend last weekend.
Yeah, odd for sure. I mean, one of the worst weekends of my career. Felt like I put myself in really good positions, and then obviously the first main event with falling over while in the lead and getting my throttle ripped off, that kind of set the tone for the night. I got some good starts after that, but just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's just one of those ones you forget about right off, you know?
Yeah, that third main, you I think got tangled up with Blake, roll out, and then they do the restart.
Well, actually, that was after the restart. So
okay,
I was in
gotcha.
I was in the pile up in the first turn in the third main, ruined my bike, ripped my brake pedal off, messed all my bike up, and then we got that fixed, went back out, and then I had to deal with Blake, and I was like a mile last, so I was like, whatever, over it. And then I ended up getting DQ'd for re-entering the race surface after I had left the stadium floor, so it is what it is.
Had you ever gotten a black flag before?
No, I didn't get black flagged.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
I still haven't.
Okay.
No, I pulled in. I think I would have probably gotten black flagged, but I pulled into the mechanics area, and then they were like, just go back. So, yeah.
What's the method for regrouping here?
I mean, I'm old enough and seasoned enough to know that there's an ebb and flow to this whole deal, and last weekend's one of those ones that you just forget about and move on. You know, I feel like I'm actually pretty good at doing that typically. Is one of my strengths, is just kind of gathering myself up and going again. So here we are.
We've seen some flashes where, the speed's there when you want it to be, or when you feel like doling it out.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a comfort thing for me. I haven't raced West Coast in 5 years, and I haven't done a lot of riding on the West Coast in quite a while. So, and then I got sick before Anaheim 1, so that kind of cost me 2 weeks of good hard-packed riding. So it's been a little bit of a struggle. We're on a really good path right now with the bike, I think, and I look forward to going east.
I was going to say, we have some people that say, oh, it doesn't really start at Anaheim. What round does this start for you?
Well, it started at Anaheim.
Yeah.
I'm obviously in a bit of a hole now, but there's still a lot of things we can work on and really improve on, I think, even for looking forward to next year. But also at the same time, I think I can still get some podiums and wins. And just the main thing is just keep getting the starts like I've been getting, and we'll be right where we need to be.
Speaking of starts, did you guys find something?
No, it was sort of a technique thing at the end of last year. My starts were really good, and I think with the greats you can just be way more consistent about your routine and how you're doing your starts, and that's the biggest thing.
All right, Mitchell, how about the lowdown on your season so far?
It's been challenging for sure. Came in super prepared and felt really great, and then took a digger at Anaheim 1 in the heat race and banged up my shoulder blade a little bit. So kind of been fighting that and haven't really been riding much during the week. So actually this was the first week that I've gotten to ride during the week. So considering I'm okay with my results. Obviously it's not where I want to be or where I think I should be, but definitely a lot of positives from it, and just feeling really good and excited to kind of build from here now.
I think it's cool that those guys took the chance, packed everything up, come over here and go for it.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a dream come true for Yuriv, our owner, and it's been super exciting, having them around, and this is like I said, it's been a dream of his forever. So to get him over here and to kind of do as well as we are doing, I think we're crushing it, really. I mean, in reality, our team is only 8 weeks old here in the States, so the bikes are great, and our program is only getting better. So definitely keep building from here, and hopefully this team sticks around for a really long time, and we can have more teams come and enter our series, and we can grow our sport, really.
One thing that's kind of funny to me is you and Luke seem to find each other out on the track a lot. I've got a lot of photos this season of both you guys in the same shot.
Yeah, it's frustrating to kind of battle your teammate all the time, I guess. It's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool, but at the same time, I feel like it'd be a lot better if we were more closer to the front. So we're working hard and we're getting there, but it's fun to train with him and ride with him during the week, and to keep building with him has been really cool. And I think we just keep plugging away, and we should be one of them top tier teams here in the future.
Talk about a little bit about the team this year, how you guys have been doing, the decision to come here too.
Yeah, look, the decision was a kind of a random decision. I just, got a call from Yuriv one day, and he said, hey, this is what we're thinking, blah, 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 and we're going to go racing in the States, and I don't really know many details. That's what he said to me, and I just thought, all right, I want to be in the States racing, so let's try and figure something out. And, a couple of weeks down the track, we were racing A1 and in a semi-trailer, and, and we're still here racing. So, they've done an amazing job, the Penrite Honda team, to get myself and Mitch out here racing, and, we've been going all right. We've had a few top 10s in a row now, and, the pace has been there, and, we're starting to tick some boxes, so I'm looking forward to the rest of the series.
What did you think when he first told you that you're coming over and racing here? Did you think it was going to happen, or were you like, we'll wait and see?
I knew when he kind of got the call and he said, look, we're racing, I was confident we're going to go racing, just didn't know how it was going to, pan out. And, he did mention 250, so he told me that, but then the rest of it was kind of, leave me a few weeks and we'll try and build on what I can get. So I come over here, and each week kind of went by before A1, and you started getting some stuff sorted out, and here we are now.
Has the experience been what you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I'm starting to really figure it out now with the bike and things like that. That's been the main process for me, is just racing the 250 again and learning the bike, and just learning everything again. It's a whole new learning experience for me. The tracks are totally different, bikes totally different, riders are really good, best in the world. So been a big learning process, and I'm enjoying it.
I was joking with Mitchell earlier that you guys seem to find each other on the track a lot.
Yeah, it seems like that. It's funny, I kind of look over my shoulder sometimes and I see another Penrite bike, and vice versa. So I think the way we've been riding and the way it's going, we're going to be a bit further up this weekend. So Mitch has been riding really good, and I'm just trying to learn off Mitch. He's done it for a few years now, so hopefully we can put it in the top 5 and keep progressing.
I'm not trying to pick on you, but man, it was you versus the Whoops during practice last week.
I actually felt pretty good in the free practice and the first practice, but man, that third practice come around, I don't know what happened, man. It was definitely me versus the Whoops. I think I hit every single tough block on both sides of the Whoops last weekend. But I mean, we made a few changes, and it felt a little bit better. But man, once the main came around, those things were slick, and we were trying our hardest just to keep the 2 wheels on the ground through those things.
Yeah, I think one lap during practice, I decided maybe I should scoot away from him real quick.
That was a good idea. That was a very good idea.
Then the next lap you crashed there.
Yeah, I was definitely struggling. I think a lot of people were. They weren't very big, but they were slick and they were tough. They had a little bit of edges and everything on that. You didn't know which way, and they were a little close together, so you wanted to try and hit every single one. And I missed a couple of them, and there she went. So.
But making mains is huge.
Yeah, this year it's been pretty stacked, and I felt like my riding's been pretty good. I'm just getting more and more comfortable on the Kawasaki. I haven't had much time on it. Like you said, I didn't really know what I was even going to do midway through November, so we got these things pretty late, and we did the most testing we could through December, and yeah, we're making the best of it. And I feel like I'm adapted pretty well to the Kawasaki. With a little bit more time, I think I can really show my true potential on this thing.
Good luck out there.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Kyle, what do you think? Home turf race for you guys.
Yeah, it's not far from the shop in Madera, so nice to be up here in Oakland. I've had some good races here in the past, some bad ones, but always seem to like the dirt, and the track layout's a little different this weekend. Looks like a lot of turns and switchbacks, so should be fun.
Man, the LCQs have not been nice to you the last few weeks.
No, it's been a rough go. We're learning as we go, making changes. Man, I went down in a few of them and just bad mistakes. So it's not the place you want to be in. We've been putting ourselves there, which isn't a great thing, but there's plenty of races to go this season, and we did some testing this week. So looking into Oakland and just kind of turning it around and getting it going a little later than I wanted, but riding good. Just have to make gains as we go, and hopefully that's this weekend.
It's been interesting to watch though, because there's still a lot of talent when it gets around to LCQ time.
Yeah, it's the class is stacked this year. There's tons of guys. I mean, I think top 15 or so are on factory bikes. So we've been getting in there. I mean, last weekend the qualifying, we just barely fell short, and then in the LCQ just too many mistakes and ended up getting cleaned out. So that's how it goes. It's racing. It is what it is. And, every weekend I'm just trying to be a better me. So you're only as good as your last race. So hopefully we can come out this weekend and get the job done, show what we can do, and kind of ride more the way I've been riding at the practice tracks.
It's got to be hard, though, when you're also racing some of your teammates in those races, too.
Yeah, it's tough, but, I mean, we're all out there for the same reason, to put it in the main events, and racing is a grind. We bang bars and whatnot. I like the guys on the team, but, we're also all out here for the same reasons. So, I mean, this weekend I'd love to avoid the LCQ. They haven't been the greatest to me, so, if not, we'll get in there and mix it up. Like I said, there's been a couple where I've come from not the greatest start to be in a qualifying position and just ended up on the ground. So, it's not like the speed's not there. Speed's good. Like I said, we made some changes this week. The bike's feeling better, so see how it is today and see how it is tomorrow, and go out and just give it all we got.
Bring it tomorrow.
Yeah, will do.